Let not your heart be troubled. Don't be deceived. Welcome back, and thank you for joining the Industry Leader Update. Do not be deceived, not so much by disinformation itself, but by incomplete information. Public policy and how we should be responding to a pandemic and then reopening local economies, decisions as to whether to halt or to continue your marketing investments, and even our industry's collective state of mind, each are shaped by information or a lack thereof. The most recent example is the endorsement report, or the Top 100 report. Taken at face value, you could assume that the demand for the reverse mortgage has collapsed. However, if we take a step back for a moment and pause, we'll remember that HECM endorsements are born from the applications and the FHA case number assignments attached to them 3 to 4 months before an endorsement. And that gives us a clearer picture. Perhaps we would find that any cause for alarm may be premature. Since over 4,100 case numbers were assigned in December and nearly 4,500 in the month of January, is it plausible that our pull-through or conversion ratio from case numbers to endorsements fell to a mere 37%? Not likely. The uncharacteristic low endorsement count would seem to suggest we have staffing issues related to the employees at the Department of Housing and Urban Development sheltering in place, as dedicated as they may be. And working off-site may have left the agency the few resources to fully process pending endorsements. And I saw 0 endorsements recorded in April for lenders who are typically ranked in the top 20. That would seem to indicate that this is the most logical explanation. And speaking of incomplete or inaccurate information, media financial pundits have long dismissed the concept of one's home being a retirement asset, despite the fact that it's often the most valuable commodity that's owned by Americans. Well, credit must be given where credit is due. The Washington Post's most recent column, entitled "Forget What You've Heard, Here Are the New Rules for Post-Pandemic Retirement," may reveal a shift in traditional financial advice, being spurred by the harsh economic realities of the COVID-19 pandemic. It enumerates some of the old rules that warrant re-examination. Your retirement will be unique to you, but it often helps to have some rules of thumb as a guideline. Over time, it may make sense to revisit those rules, right? Now, first, for us here, it's important to differentiate seeing one's home as an asset versus as a retirement investment. The old rule was to view one's home as an investment, but it was unfortunately relying on equity that was illiquid, and it was built in the home over time, but it was vulnerable to housing market downturns. How quickly we forget. Just like the stock market, real estate returns vary widely, says Carolyn McClanahan, a physician-turned-certified financial planner. We may have years of real estate growth and then significant pullbacks and long-term recessions in the real estate market. When you need money, you will be hurt if you have to sell your home in a down market, and unlike stocks, your home is not very liquid, so it may take years to sell, she writes. And there is one way to tap the cash in your home if seniors have substantial equity in their house. They can take out a reverse mortgage. Now, my question for the financial pundits is, who in the world would ever want to permanently stay in an investment that has no liquidity and has exposure to housing market downturns without any means to tap into it in a guaranteed manner? And that's something to ponder. Now, in other news, we reported just 2 weeks ago that JP Morgan Chase halted any new applications for home equity loans, or HELOCs, as they're commonly called. Now, another banking behemoth is following suit. Last Monday, Wells Fargo announced they are no longer accepting applications for all new home equity lines of credit, that due to current market conditions. As DS News reports, Michael King, Vice President of Corporate Communications for the Southwest region of Wells Fargo, said the bank made that decision to temporarily stop accepting HELOCs due to, quote, uncertainty around the timing and the scope of the anticipated economic recovery. Now, just one more reason that older homeowners should consider getting a, quote, retirement mortgage or a reverse mortgage before housing values decline, and should unemployment rates remain at record levels as a result of an extended economic shutdown. In conclusion, never trust a headline. Most are highly misleading, inaccurate, or based on outlier data that is the exception, not the rule. And the fact is, interest in a reverse mortgage is surging. Applications in March set a new high water mark not seen since October 2017. So let not your heart be troubled. Despite the uncertain times in which we live, there is opportunity amidst the chaos, and that's welcome news. Be sure to share this video with other reverse mortgage professionals. You can do so using the social media links found on this page. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, That way you never miss an upcoming episode. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you here next week.